Camogie captain Ina Mona's Claire Hare. And Claire, just before we take a quick look at the teams, hopefully it'll be as good as the last day.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, if it's half as good as it was the last day, we're in for a real great game in store. I think you can see by the warm-up, the two teams they're really gunning for it. They seem loud, they seem ready to go.
Conditions absolutely perfect. It's a beautiful setting, we have to say, here in Broadford, but it is fairly cold, Claire, isn't it?
It is very cold, yeah. But I mean, once these players get going, it's kind of, once you're warmed up, you know, that's kind of, you can get over that. It's dry. The pitch is in brilliant condition for the end of November. Yeah, I think conditions should be great for the game.
In the background here, we can hear match referee Andy McMahon. He's calling the captains for the toss. We'll take a quick look at the two teams, starting with Scariff O'Gonlow. Now, neither are probably going to line out as per programme in a positional sense, but anyway, Scariff O'Gonlow have got Rachel Daly in goals, their full back line, Abby Walsh, Ciara Doyle wearing 3, Susan Vaughan wearing 4, but likely to play at full back, half back line. Rachel Minogue, Susan Daly wears 6, and Alison McGee is at 7. The two down to start in midfield are number 8, Alva Rogers, with joint captain Mairead Scanlon wearing 9, but Mairead Scanlon again is very likely to start in the full forward line. 10, Leisha O'Donnell, at centre forward, joint captain Amy Barrett, and wearing 12, Linda Daly. And the inside line, a couple of changes, wearing 13, Jennifer Daly. Starting instead of Cliona McNamara, wearing 16 is Bonnie Wiley Murphy. And 17, who is Lorraine Grady, starting instead of Ashton Corbett. Just a word on that starting team. Definitely is going to be a lot of positional changes, Claire.
Yeah, you can see usually Mairead Scanlon does go into the full forward line, maybe Linda Daly going out to midfield, Jennifer Daly kind of in the half forward line. I'd say they'll play similar enough to the last stage. You know, it obviously worked for them for most of the game. I suppose in the second quarter, maybe in the third quarter, they did die down a bit, but to come back in that final quarter and in extra time, I think it worked really well for them.
And I'd say we're very likely to see Ashton Corbett at some stage. She came on the last day and, you know, had a big save from frees.
I think, yeah, she definitely saved on the last day. Her long range frees, you know, she was scoring them from her own 65, some phenomenal scores, so she'll definitely play a part today.
True Clonlara, they're starting 15 for this replay. The winners, of course, will win the McMahon Cup. They've got Lisa Maloney in goals, full back line, Sinead Ryan, Michelle Powell, the joint captain at full back, wearing 4 is Sinead Hogg, who had an outstanding game the last day. Half back line, Louise Egan, at centre back is Niamh Powell, and on her left is Roisin Powell. The midfield partnership, Michelle Caulfield and Ellen Horgan. The half forward line, Anya Loughlin, Becky Foley at centre forward, and Maura Begley wearing 12, and the inside line, Joanne Egan, full forward is Emer Kelly, the joint captain, and wearing 30, coming in for Hannah Horgan, is Laura Foley. So Hannah Horgan not starting, and just one change in personnel for True Clonlara.
Yeah, I mean, Laura Foley, she's an excellent player, and I think she's involved a good bit with hockey, so I'm sure today she'll come in and she'll be able to give a good boost to the team.
The breeze has actually strengthened a bit, Claire, in the last couple of minutes. It's becoming a bit of a factor here now. I'm not sure how it's going.
Yeah, whatever team has the wind advantage, it'll definitely play some part.
What kind of a game are you expecting? I mean, I suppose the last day True Clonlara were so to start. They'll be very, very keen. Presumably they'll be saying, we need to start well today.
Yeah, definitely. I think I'll put that first 15 minutes down to nerves. Maybe it was their first county final. I'm expecting a lot more for them in the first 15 minutes today. It should be a good start, but we'll know whatever way the game starts. I'm sure there'll be plenty ups and downs in between.
We're going to pause briefly for Aurora Naveen from Claire McDonald from Rowan. An absolutely fantastic rendition of Oran Naveen there from Claire MacDonald from Rouen. Delighted to see all the big names here on the sideline, including, of course, the County Board PRO, Michael O'Connor. Great to see Michael here at the Camogie County Final replay. Referee is ready in the middle of the field, warming up a bit. Definitely would need to keep warm. Flann O'Reilly, he's coming over towards us here. He's doing line on this side. Always interesting with Flann around, warming his hands, making sure he's ready for action. So both teams ready. Absolutely stunning location here in Broadford. The hills of Broadford in the distance, we can see them. A bit of a breeze, not a huge factor, and there, hopefully it's going to be as good as it was last day, as we said a couple of minutes ago.
Yeah, definitely. I think the teams are just ready to go now, so we'll definitely be getting going here soon.
So already there's a bit of excitement on the sideline here between Flann O'Reilly and the aforementioned Michael O'Connor. Early shoulder, good to see a bit of passion. That's what championship brings, I suppose. So anyway, through Clonlara they're having a final word, and on our right hand side, Scariff O'Connell, they're wearing the O'Connell jerseys. So just in case you're wondering who's wearing what, through Clonlara are wearing their jerseys, but obviously Scariff O'Connell have a very similar jersey, so they're wearing O'Connell jerseys. So that's the situation here. So we're almost ready to go. It's the 2021 Clare Senior County Final replay. It's on in Broadford, and already we can see a few changes in terms of positional changes. Laura Foley, Clare, she's going to be starting midfield for True Clonlara.
Yeah, you can see Becky Foley has gone into the full forward line with Emer Kelly. That's a really dangerous full forward line inside there. Maura Begley in the corner. As we said, Mairead Scannell into the full forward line for Scariff O'Connell as well. So two teams going out with strong full forward lines. So
plenty action between the midfield four before the ball is thrown in. Plenty shoulder, and Andy McMahon throws the ball in, and the game is on. And immediately now, Scariff O'Connell, Rachel Moog was blocked down, and True Clonlara very, very keen to make a good start here. Ellen Horgan battling for it, and first shot on goal after just a few seconds, and after 20 seconds it goes wide, and that was a shot from Anya O'Loughlin out the field. And I think it's very, very clear, even from the sideline here, Claire, that True Clonlara want to start well. They want to make sure that what happened last year doesn't happen again.
Definitely, I'm sure that's what their main focus for the week was.
First puck out, and Ellen Horgan gets there first for True Clonlara, but spills it, battles back well, goes on, picks up the ball. It's a great run. She's got a red helmet on. Can she get the shot in? She's half blocked down. It breaks for Emer Kelly. She gets the shot in, and is that gone over the bar? Yes, it is. Open score after 58 seconds, and there was pressure put on the puck out there, Claire, and it paid off. Ellen Horgan very involved in the first minute.
Definitely, yeah. Scariff O'Connell are getting nothing easy here today. Are up for this game.
Second puck out now of the afternoon for Rachel Daly in the Scariff O'Connell goals. She again goes out towards Ellen Horgan, but the ball is picked up by Scariff O'Connell, and they get it forward. First attack now, possibly of the afternoon, but it's well cut out by Roisin Powell wearing 7. Huge battle going on in front of us here on the sideline in Broadford. 4 or 5 players behind the ball or around the ball. Eventually, Anya O'Loughlin nearly emerges with it, but spills it again. Centre forward, Amy Barrett has it now. Amy Barrett breaks forward for Scariff O'Connell. She's fouled, and we're very close to the action here, Claire, and it's very, very evident that, as you'd expect, both teams really fired up for this one.
Definitely, yeah. I think we're nearly too close to the field here. The managers are right in front of us, and we'll definitely have a front row seat for all the action.
Definitely. Mairead Scanlon, she's standing over this now. It's in the middle of the field, just at a slight angle, turns, hits it. It has the distance. It doesn't have the direction, but it breaks. It could be dangerous inside. It's picked up well inside by Niamh Powell, the centre back. She clears it as far as Laura Foley wearing 30 playing midfield, but she's under serious pressure there from Scariff O'Connell's Lorraine Grady. That's a good play from Lorraine Grady. They win it back to get opportunity now to get the shot in, and that's straight over the bar. And there's a super point there from Alva Rogers. and that came from pressure, Claire.
Yeah, you could see there's nothing coming out easy there from the True Clonlara backs. Great pressure from the Scariff Ogonnellow forwards and well put over by Alva Rogers.
So what's been evident from the 2 points today, the point for either side, is that tackling high up the field, the forwards putting the pressure on, defending high up the field, turning over the ball, and that's led to a point apiece for both sides. And just looking at the clock, we've had 3 minutes, and it's been a very, very good opening 3 minutes in Broadford. True Clonlara now win the ball in the middle of the field, pop it off, opportunity here from distance, and that's a great score from Anya Loughlin. The pop from Emer Kelly, absolutely super point, Claire. I would think the breeze is behind True Clonlara, but that was a really excellent score.
Excellent score, yeah. Great puck out from the True Clonlara goalie. You know, really well won there by Emer Kelly and passed on to Anya Loughlin.
So this time now Rachel Daly hits it to the far side of the field, the stand side, if you know Broadford. But that puck out is won by Joanne Egan for True Clonlara. Hits it from distance, but that's no problem for Rachel Daly. Inside Rachel Daly spills it, she goes to ground. There's a major pile up in front of goal, but eventually Rachel Daly will be very, very relieved to have won the free out there, Claire, and there was a moment there where it looked a bit dicey.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the cold weather isn't helping any goalie here today, so it'll just really be about getting down strong over the ball and being sure of it. Luckily, free out for Scariff Ogonnellow there. And
that's definitely a point well worth emphasising. While conditions are good and the pitch is absolutely superb in Broadford, it's very, very cold, so definitely the warm-up today will have been even more significant. Yet again now, Joanne Egan wins the puck out, but it's well cut out there by Susan Daly at centre-back for Scariff Ogonnellow. Joanne Egan won the puck out for True Clonlara. Absolutely superb fielding in the half-back line there by True Clonlara's wide half-back. Louise Egan gets it in as far as Emer Kelly. Emer Kelly taking on the True Clonlara, or the Scariff Ogonnellow full-back line, puts that over the bar, and that's a magnificent score. And the fielding further back
from
the field.
Louise Egan, yeah. Louise Egan was excellent the last day again, and she's set her mark here again today. Great ball into the full forward line, Emer Kelly.
Louise Egan put the hand up, came down with the ball, and it was that was impressive enough, but the distribution then was equally impressive. So at this stage now, it's 3 points to 1 in favour of, sorry, 2 points to 1 in favour of True Clonlara. So 2 points to 1 after 5 minutes here in Broadford.
3 points to 1, yeah, it is.
In fact, it is 3 points to 1 in favour of True Clonlara. So just keeping a very close eye on the score. There isn't a scoreboard here, so myself and Claire, we've got to be fairly sharp to keep an eye on
keeping the score now wouldn't be my best thing.
But thankfully we're surrounded by high quality reporters here to our right. So we'll have no problem in that regard. So it is definitely 3 points to 1, and True Clonlara have started absolutely superbly. So have Scariff Ogonnellow got an answer in this replay? Susan Vaughan wins it under serious pressure, gets the ball up the field, goes out very, very close to the sideline. But that was excellent play there from Mairead Scanlon to well, she won the ball initially, but then unfortunately for Scariff Ogonnellow without over the sideline, so it's going to be a line ball to True Clonlara just in front of us here. Both management teams quite close to us here on the sideline, so it's a fairly populated sideline, but Flann O'Reilly keeping expert control on everyone on the sideline. The line ball hit in field, and who's going to emerge with this now? True Clonlara too. Emer Kelly goes down the ball, doesn't pick it up the first time, under pressure the second time, goes to ground. Might have been possibly a free in, but the referee eventually blows the whistle. I think he's going to throw it in. There was 3 or 4 players around the ball, and Emer Kelly in the opening stages, Anya Loughlin as well, looking really sharp there.
Yeah, you can see there, Joe, there's kind of nearly a threat every time the ball goes in there, so we should see more action here.
So Andy McMahon throws the ball in. True Clonlara win it. Ellen Horgan again been very involved in the early stages, hits it low in towards the goalkeeper under pressure, but eventually Scariff Ogonnellow, Rachel Daly managed to flick it away. Scariff Ogonnellow emerged with it. Abby Walsh hits it up the field. She scored the equalising point the last day in extra time. Scariff Ogonnellow now know that they've got to try and respond here and hit back. It's 3 points to 1. It's very, very close, but there's no question about it. But True Clonlara have started superbly here. Laura Foley has it, wearing 13 middle of the field, under pressure, loses it, but one of our teammates comes in to try and win it back. I think it's Sinead Ryan. Sinead Ryan does very, very well to win it, but didn't do so well not to get rid of it. Overcarried free in the middle of the field, and this now will be an opportunity for Mairead Scanlon to, if not put it over the bar, it might be a bit far out to put it over the bar, but certainly to maybe look for somebody to make a run, or at least drop it in around the square, and maybe one of the Scariff O'Connell forwards will pick up a break. And we can see behind the goals there again, very tranquil setting behind the goals. A very, very big crowd here in Broadford. There was a huge crowd in Clarecastle 2 weeks ago as well, and I'd say anyone that was in Clarecastle is definitely here today, because that was some game. Mairead Scanlon hits it from distance straight over the bar. I was thinking there it might be a bit far out, but definitely not. And there was even more purchase in it. It was a super score.
Great score, yeah, against the wind. I mean, she's a brilliant free taker, so a point between the teams now.
8.5 minutes gone, and True Clonlara leading by 3 points to 2. The puck out from Lisa Maloney. It was won initially by Scariff O'Connell's Lorraine Grady, but she was under pressure, forced out over the sideline. It's going to be a line ball now for Roisin Powell for True Clonlara. So Roisin Powell puts the ball down, looks infield, hits it, strikes it well in around the middle of the field. Scariff O'Connell's Lorraine Grady runs out over the ball. The referee sees a foul there, awards a free to Scariff O'Connell. In the last maybe 90 seconds, 2 minutes, Scariff O'Connell have settled a small bit more. They've got a bit more ball. They've won a couple of frees, and they definitely will be very keen to just settle things down a small bit from their point of view. There is only a point in it, of course. True Clonlara leading by 3 points to 2, and Susan Vaughan now wearing 4. She had an absolutely super game the 2 number 4s had. Susan Vaughan was excellent for Scariff O'Connell, and Sinead Hogg was equally good for True Clonlara in that drawn game. It's a free. Is beaten away by True Clonlara. The fullback is trying to come out with it, Michelle Powell. It's excellent hurling there from Louise Egan. Switches the play to the far side of the field, in towards those dangerous inside forwards. Becky Foley should have held onto it, didn't. Came under a bit of pressure, and that's what. And eventually lost it. Lorraine Grady goes for it, but Sinead Ryan turns. Good corner back play. Tries to go down the ball. A couple of Scariff O'Connell players around there, but eventually True Clonlara emerged with it, and under a lot of pressure, Michelle Caulfield tries to bang the ball forward, does well to hold on to it, gets it back to Roisin Powell. Roisin Powell to Emer Kelly. Emer Kelly half blocked down, and looked like a bit of a late pull there from True Clonlara, but it's won by their midfielder, their number 9, Helen Horgan, puts it straight over the bar. And I don't know there, I thought there might have been possibly a free out there for Scariff O'Connell, but maybe, the referee's letting the play flow.
There's referees even nothing soft here today. I suppose the ball was there. It was maybe a bit of a wild swing, but you can see that that's the way the ref is going to play today. It's going to be hard and physical. And
it really has been an absolutely excellent opening 11 minutes. These 11 minutes have absolutely flown. True Clonlara leading by double scores, 4 points to Scariff O'Connell's 2. The puck out from Rachel Daly. It's a long puck out, far side of the field, lands in front of the stands, where it's won. Well, it was initially won by Scariff O'Connell, but True Clonlara now switched to play infield. It's a dangerous play to play the ball across, but it doesn't really matter, because Roisin Powell does superbly to win it and gets a good ball forward now. She's trying to pick out Emer Kelly. Emer Kelly under pressure. Kelly gets away from Scariff O'Connell, pops it off, goal on! And it's a super save back as far as Kelly. Kelly hits it over the bar. 5th point for True Clonlara, and Emer Kelly is she looks absolutely unmarkable in these opening 12 minutes.
An excellent one ball there. She was inside her player. I suppose the ball was a brilliant ball in by Roisin Powell. Rachel Daly, she was really brave there, made an excellent save, really put her body on the line, and True Clonlara happy to get the point there.
Well, that save from Rachel Daly was absolutely
I actually don't think it is Rachel down. I think it's Susan Vaughan maybe that was down.
Well, there's somebody, I think Susan Vaughan was in there as well.
Yeah, I think it could have
been Susan Vaughan that cut the block.
Really, that's what you like to do for your team. You're really putting your body on the line, and I don't think anyone would like to be on the end of a hurling, especially with Becky Foley and her strength. But great save.
And Claire, from you as a defender, you'll be looking at, I suppose, the movement and the speed of the True Clonlara forwards. like the one thing the back never likes to see is space for the four forwards like Emer Kelly and like Becky Foley.
Definitely, yeah. And the ball that True Clonera are hitting into their full forward line today is excellent. Their inside forward line are making all the right runs, but to be getting that good ball in then as well really helps.
It's very, very, very difficult to defend against that. So Susan Vaughan thankfully seems to be okay. So that block, whether it was Susan Vaughan or Rachel Daly, it was a great block, but it still resulted in an Emer Kelly point eventually from that break, and they lead by 6 points to 2. But the puck out from Rachel Daly, it's Roisin Powell is involved there again. Emer Kelly's out there too. She's playing inside. She's coming out, trying to get under puck outs. Has started very, very well. Eventually, Scarlett Faganlo come out with it in front of us here. Alison McGee pops it off. McGee is first. Amy Barrett. Amy Barrett is robbed. Huge pressure on the ball in front of us here. But eventually, Amy Barrett cuts down the ball again. Scores forward. Looked as if it might have been a barge. The referee didn't see it that way, and in fact, he has awarded a free to Scarlett Faganlo. I thought Amy Barrett might have been slightly barging.
Yeah, I suppose that's the age-old question. It kind of depends on what way the ref is going to give it. As a back, I would see that's charging, but it's whatever way it goes.
So the score here in Broadford is 5 points to 2. And just checking the time again, 14 minutes gone, so we're not too far away from the first half water break. Maria Scanlon now standing over this free. She put over one from roughly the same distance, small bit more central, about 5 minutes ago. Stands over this, strikes it well, but it doesn't have the distance. It breaks in front of the goal. And yet again, Roisin Powell, who's been absolutely outstanding in this opening quarter, emerged with it, but then lost possession. There's a good few players around this ball. Scarlett Faganlo look as if they're going to win it back. There's 4 or 5 players out near the sideline, but True Clonera emerged with it again. Roisin Powell has it again, hops it back, long ball forward now. Emer Kelly, there's 2 players around her, but one of the Scarlett Faganlo players runs out over the ball. That was Bonnie Wiley Murphy. Emer Kelly was in there trying to win it back. Andy McMahon blows the whistle again. I think he's going to throw it in. Emer Kelly is down. Got a bit of a knock there. Not sure, Claire. Is it to her hand or what? It doesn't look as if it's too serious. She's okay. She gets up.
I think she's okay. Yeah.
But on that occasion, there was 2 Scarlett Faganlo players, and she still managed to not quite win the ball, but certainly make it very, very difficult for Scarlett Faganlo to come out with it. Ball is thrown in, and let's see now. 6 or 7 players round the ball here. Scarlett Faganlo will be keen to try and win it back and eventually clear it. They do just that and come out with it. It's hit up the field by Rachel Minogue. Rachel Minogue gets it in front of us here, goes out over the sideline, off Roisin Powell, so it's going to be a line ball in front of us here now for Scarlett Faganlo. It's going to be taken by their centre forward, Amy Barrett. We're not too far from the end of the first quarter in Broadford. We've had 16 minutes, so there might be maybe just one more play, and probably that'll be signaling the break for the first quarter. Scarlett Faganlo took that line ball, it's back with Barrett. Barrett switches the play to the far side. The breeze strengthening here in Broadford in towards their number 12, but the full back reads it extremely well. Michelle Powell for True Clonera, and Niamh Powell goes to ground. She's fouled, free out for True Clonera. They're in control at the moment, but the breeze is definitely a factor as well there.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's Scarlett Faganlo are struggling to get that ball into their full forward line.
Emer Kelly now runs all over the ball. Would have expected her to control that. Anya Loughlin there as well, battling 3 or 4 players around it. Ellen Horgan has started well. She's trying to win it back. Eventually it breaks inside to Becky Foley. Becky Foley is in. She's been pulled back. Definitely a free in. And she's very dangerous in those kind of scenarios.
She is, yeah. Once she gets the ball in her hand, it's very difficult to stop her. A player of her ability and strength. It's really a danger zone inside there when she gets the ball. But I suppose Scarlett Faganlo backs did well to kind of hold her up and not let that goal threat happen. So
it's going to be, it looks like a handy free for Emer Kelly. You would presume, Claire, she's going to tap this over the bar. She wouldn't be tempted with the breeze behind them to...
I don't think so. I'd say this early in the game, you kind of want to get just keep tapping the scores over the bar and getting more scores on the board.
So there's a scarf, just somebody receiving attention
it's
here.
Ciara Doyle, yeah, that's
Ciara
receiving
Doyle.
a bit of attention.
And so she looks, she's on the ground. Again, as we always say, hopefully it's not anything too serious, but she is stretched on the ground, so it's getting good attention there from the Scariff Ogonnelloe medical team. Andy McMahon looking on there as well, making sure there's plenty of time. The sun is shining here in Broadford. There's a rainbow out as well to the left of us. A few clouds, bitterly cold. The breeze definitely rising, and there's no question about it. But that True Clonlara have that breeze behind them, and they're using it fairly well there.
Yeah, I think so. I think they'll need to. There's definitely a 3 or 4 advantage, 3 or 4 point advantage in that wind. So they're really going to have to make the most of it while they have it.
Thankfully now Ciara Doyle is up and looks as if she's going to be okay. It might take her a couple of seconds maybe to shake that off. Emer Kelly stands over, so presumably she's gone. There's 4 Scariff Ogonnelloe players, as you can see, 5 nearly on the line. So Emer Kelly stands over this, hits it, no question, straight over the bar, and that's a 6th point for True Clonlara, and it signals the opportunity for Andy McMahon to blow for the end of the first quarter after 19 minutes. So it's a 6-2 advantage after 19 minutes for True Clonlara, and I suppose we have to say, Claire, it's deserved.
Yeah, I think so. I think they started the better team, but we know from the last day Scariff Ogonnelloe, I don't think until that final whistle blows, they're never beaten. To come from 4 points down in extra time to come back and draw it again, I really think that shows the character in their team. So I definitely think we haven't seen it all from Scariff Ogonnelloe yet.
From the point of view of Claire Camogie, Claire, like the last day, we know it was a great game. After, I suppose the first half wasn't great, but after that it turned into an epic. And it's great to see, the standard, an equal standard here in the first 17-18 minutes in the replay.
Yeah, it can only mean good things for Claire Camogie. I think the standard in the last 2 or 3 years has really been excellent, and I know Clare teams are so competitive in Munster that can only mean good things for the Clare Camogie team.
So Andy McMahon is trying to stay warm in the middle of the field. We're all trying to stay warm here. We might have to do a few laps, Claire, maybe to stay warm. You have a game tomorrow, so you don't have to be getting frozen here in Broadford either. So if I see you doing a few laps there with the likes of Michael O'Connor and Anne-Marie McGann, I won't be too surprised.
Yeah.
Flanner Riley might even have to do a couple of laps maybe to stay warm. But anyway, so nice break here. Nice first half water break. So again, a reminder of the score. It's 6 points to 2 in favour of True Clonlara. That's the situation. And second quarter just about to start. And as we speak, and I haven't seen any threat of this now, but the sun is out. There's a few clouds, and it's also raining. So I suppose it really is a typical Irish weather, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. If you look one way, the sun is shining lovely, and if you look the other way, we've a dark grey cloud. So, the rain now will just make it that bit more slippy.
Yep. So, Andy McMahon blows his whistle just before the first half water break. True Clonlara had put over their 6th point, so the puck out now is going to be taken by Rachel Daly, and the rain is starting to come down here a small bit, and it's heavy enough. And again, there was no sign whatsoever of rain up until about 20 seconds ago when it started raining. That puck out now is won by True Clonlara. Again, they've started the second quarter as they started the first in terms of their intensity. 2 or 3 players on the far side of the field around the ball, including Becky Foley trying to win it back for True Clonlara, but very good defending from Scariff Ogonnelloe breaking up that particular attack on the far side of the field, getting it clear, hitting it up the sideline. It should be picked up now by Mairead Scanlon. Mairead Scanlon taking on Niamh Powell. Scanlon in front of the stand. A huge crowd in front of the stand here in Broadford, but True Conlara, their defending has been superb in the opening 20 minutes, and yet again that is the case, because on the far side of the field, they win a line ball, and so it's a True Conlara line ball, and I can't quite see from this distance who's going to take it, but
I think that's Michelle Caulfield that's lining up to take it.
So Michelle Caulfield going to take this as the wind, the rain mixes with the sun. That rainbow that we mentioned is still hanging around a bit as well. So yeah, it's fairly interesting here in Broadford. So weather-wise, definitely, and hurling-wise, extremely interesting too. No question about it. Michelle Powell has the ball in the middle of the field, wearing 3, bangs it forward as far as Emer Kelly. Emer Kelly beaten this time by Ciara Doyle. Had a bit of a knock a couple of minutes ago. Have great block down from Ellen Horgan. That's an absolutely super block down. Ciara Doyle gets it back as far as Kelly. Kelly very close to the sideline, gets away from Abby Walsh. Kelly now taking on Scariff Ogonnelloe, overcarried, free out. She's a bit frustrated, but I think it was the right decision, Claire. I mean, it was great play from True Conlara, but Emer probably did maybe take 5 or 6 steps. I think
maybe took too many steps out of it, yeah, in the end, I suppose. It's really fine margins here today, and I'd say she just went over it, unfortunately. So a relief again for Ogonnelloe, and there's been a change. Cliona McNamara from the Ogonnelloe team is on instead of number 6.
So Cliona McNamara is in. She's wearing 14 for Scariff Ogonnelloe, so the free now comes up as far as Jennifer Daly. Jennifer Daly half blocked down, but the ball spins towards the middle of the field. Excellent play inside there from Linda Daly. She was fouled as she turned to hit it, so free in the middle of the field for Scariff Ogonnelloe. They know that they need to get another score here just to keep things ticking over. They haven't started too well, but they're still well in the game. It's a 4-point game, but they won't want it to become a 5 or 6-point game. Cliona McNamara now, who has just been introduced. She was involved in the play there, and there was a free eventually given to Linda Daly of Scariff Ogonnelloe, and this is definitely within range. For Mairead Scanlon, it's roughly about 45 yards out. I think it's just on the 45 from what I can see here from our vantage point. So this should be or is a good opportunity for Scariff Ogonnelloe to notch a third score and to bring it back to a 3-point game. As of now, it's a 4-point game. 23 minutes gone, and True Conlara leading by 6 points to 2. So Mairead Scanlon stands over that ball, hits it very, very well, but it didn't have the accuracy. It was well hit, and you're always a small bit surprised there when someone of Mairead Scanlon's ability hits or puts that wide. I know it was a good bit out, but you'd expect her to put it over.
Yeah, I suppose there's a difficult wind facing into her, so it's kind of hard to judge it when you have that wind facing into you.
Puck out now from Lisa Maloney. It's a good puck out as well in front of Michelle Caulfield, but great battling there, super battling there from
Lorraine Grady.
Lorraine Grady, wearing 17, did brilliantly because Michelle Caulfield had it won, but Lorraine Grady put her under pressure, forced her to overcarry, and this now, it's another free in from near the sideline, again on around the 45, and Mairead Scanlon's going to take it, so it's maybe the angle is a bit too much in terms of hitting it over the bar, but she hits it extremely well. It breaks in front, it's dangerous. True Conlara tried to get it away, eventually Scariff Ogonnelloe player went to ground there, but great play by Laura Foley. Laura Foley gets it forward, Abby Walsh battling for it in front of us, and Scariff Ogonnelloe now, they've got 2 or 3 players around the ball, but let's see who's going to win it. Maybe Amy Barrett looks as if she's got away, and she has. Looks a crossfield ball, good intelligent ball in front of the full forward, but that was absolutely brilliant defending there from Michelle Powell on the far side of the field. Great speed to get to that and to get the better of Cliona McNamara on that particular occasion, but Scariff Ogonnelloe win it back. and really have to battle for absolutely everything. Mairead Scanlon bursting forward, gets it back as far as Barrett. Barrett has time to turn and hit, but it drifts harmlessly enough wide. And as much as we've been praising Clare, and rightly so, some of the attacking play from True Clonlara, their defending has been absolutely excellent.
It has been excellent, yeah, because the passing between the Scariff and Gunlow defence there was excellent. You know, the runs they're creating, and so to defend that ball there was brilliant.
So the puck out from that particular attack is taken, and Sinead Hogg is trying to come out with it, but Scariff and Gunlow win it back. Alva Rogers has it now. She's got definitely the chance to get the shot in there, but it drops short in front of Lisa Maloney. The ball spills and it's cleared eventually by True Clonlara, pulled on to the far side of the field, won back now by Cliona McNamara. McNamara hits it in towards the danger area, and it's Leisha O'Donnell, I think, that has it on the far side of the field. Linda Daly gets it back now, flicks it out around 30 yards out. The ball breaks, Luke's ball breaks there for Jennifer Daly. She puts it over the bar, and we've been praising some of the defending from True Clonlara, but they were a bit messy that time coming out in terms of just putting one or two passes together and hitting it down the field.
Yeah, I think on a cold day like today, hitting a short puck out to your corner back, you know, I wouldn't like to see it. It puts an awful lot of pressure, you know, when you're cold. And with that wind as well, I think True Clonlara really need to drive that ball long. So lucky, I suppose, to maybe only give away a point there.
It's down now to a 3-point game. True Clonlara leading by 6 points to 3. And in a way there, as much as True Clonlara have done most of the hurling, Scariff Gunlow in some ways will be happy enough, not with the performance, but maybe with the scoreline.
I think so, yeah, definitely. Since the water break, we have seen an improvement in Scariff Gunlow. So yeah, I think they might have the upper hand for this quarter.
Lisa Maloney takes the puck out now. It lands in the middle of the field, and True Clonlara or Scariff Gunlow win it back, get it forward. They're blocked down, however. We've seen some absolutely superb examples here of blocking down the ball and putting people under absolutely massive pressure now. True Clonlara have it now with Laura Foley. She had a bit more time than she thought. She pops it to her right. As far as Roisin Powell looks up, hits it off her left. As far as Becky Foley, however, well, I thought she was, I don't know, Claire.
No, I think that was, you know, just an instant contact. Yeah, we've Flann agreeing with us here on the sideline here. I don't think that was a free, but we like to see a bit of physicality in the game. I suppose. I think now at this stage the game should be let play.
Susan Daly hit that free forward about 35-40 yards. I thought there might have been a bit of a push in the back there, but Scariff Gunlow eventually do win that free, and they try and take it very, very fast. Racing Rogue tried to take it fast, but definitely a free. He's going to give her the opportunity to actually take the free.
Yeah.
The wind rising a bit, temperatures rising a bit, but that's championship hurling there. You've been involved in a lot of county finals, and you know none of them are easily won.
No, definitely. Win a county final easily, and it's not easy here today either.
Amy Barrett now looks up, hits a nice ball. For Scariff Gunlow, hits it up as far as the half-forward line, but True Clonlara with Roisin Powell, yet again doing very, very well at wing back. Bit of defending now to do for Michelle Caulfield. Caulfield wins it, switches the play. It's a very good ball to the far side if Becky Foley can win it, but that was absolutely brilliant from Susan Vaughan. She literally put her body in the way, because there was a player gone inside her. It was out around halfway, but there was a load of space if True Clonlara had won back that ball. The ball is still roughly in the same area of the field, and it's a free in now for Scariff Gunlow, about a couple of yards short of the halfway line, a couple of yards short of the 65. So that all did come from Susan Vaughan's interception there. She showed great bravery. The free taken, and Scariff Gunlow now trying to stitch a couple of passes together. Scanlon has a dangerous ball. It's battled away and pulled on by Scariff Gunlow. forward. I think it was Lorraine Grady, but eventually it went harmlessly wide, but there was a small bit of danger there, Claire.
Definitely, yeah. I think it was whoever saved it off the line there. I think that was definitely going in anyway. It had the looked like it was going into the top corner, but.
So looking now at we're going to have 3 minutes of injury time. So we've had exactly 30 minutes. So 3 additional minutes of injury time. Puck out taken and free out. True Clonlara won the puck out, win short, they won it, and so it's going to be free behind their own 45, I think, for True Clonlara. So a couple of minutes left in this opening half. It's double scores, but it's still a very, very competitive game. True Clonlara leading by 6 points to Scariff-Ogonnello's 3 points. As we approach half time. So that freeze hit down. It was hit down on top of Maura Begley, but Scariff-Ogonnellow emerged with it, and definitely, as Claire was saying a couple of minutes ago, Scariff-Ogonnellow have upped it significantly, but Louise Egan should win it back, I think, for Scariff-Ogonnellow. Far side of the field, gets it in as far as Laura Foley. Foley doesn't get the time to hit that ball away though. Scariff-Ogonnellow win it back, and a lot of defending to do in front of us here for Roisin Powell, who's been outstanding. She's pushed in the back, and she's been brilliant.
I think, yeah, she's had an excellent game so far, Roisin Powell.
So looking now at let's see what's happening with Smith O'Brien's after 8 minutes second half. Dunhill are leading by 9 points to 8. That's in the AIB Munster's Intermediate Hurling quarter-final in Keswick Park. So it's a 1 point game in Keswick Park. It's a 3 point game here in Broadford, and the rain is hammering down as well, but it isn't putting off anyone, particularly not putting off Susan Vaughan, who won that ball under a lot of pressure, cleared it out towards the sideline. Becky Foley won it back, hits it. I think there's a bit too much purchase in that. It should eventually go out harmlessly enough out over the end line, and it does. It's a wide ball for True Clonlara. So we've had 2 minutes of injury time. We've got a minute left, and it's a 3 point game. True Clonlara leading Scariff-Ogonnellow by 6 points to 3. So just about 45 seconds left at this stage, and Rachel Daly is drying her hurley and just slowing it down a small bit for what could be one of the last puck outs of this first half in the McMahon Cup final replay, the 2021 county final replay. Scariff-Ogonnellow doing very, very well in the middle of the field. Lorraine Grady bursting forward now, taking on Roisin Powell. It's a great run from Grady, does very, very well to hold on to that, but eventually she's half hooked, doesn't quite get the pass away, and True Clonlara emerged with it. The ball goes out over the sideline, it hit the flag. It's going to be a line ball to Scariff-Ogonnellow. I think it's going to be taken by Abby Walsh. She's trying to take it fast, but prevented from taking it fast there by Ellen Horgan. So eventually it's Amy Barrett comes over to take it. So this is probably definitely one of the last plays of this half. She hits it low in towards the half forward line, where Sinead Ryan is one of those players who cuts it out. Scariff-Ogonnellow do win it back, however, and Andy McMahon decides he's seen enough. It is half time here in Broadford. It's been really competitive the first half. I suppose, Claire, the first quarter almost completely dominated by True Clonlara. They were superb, but Scariff-Ogonnellow have ground their way bit by bit back into the game.
Yeah, definitely. You knew they weren't going to lie down anyway. There's going to be nothing easy out here for True Clonlara today, and brilliant second quarter there by Scariff-Ogonnellow.
Weather conditions here very, very mixed. It was sunny earlier on. It was nice and cloudy, but it didn't look as if it was going to rain. It has rained. There's been a lot of rain in the last 10 minutes, so that could be a factor in terms of making the surface a bit greasy. But at half time here in Broadford, True Clonlara leading Scariff-Ogonnellow by 3 points, 6 points to 3. So we're going to take a bit of a break. We'll look at some highlights of that first half, and we'll be back to you again soon, well in advance of the second half. Well, it's a great run. She's got a red helmet on. Can she get the shot in? Half blocked down. It breaks for Emer Kelly. She gets the shot in, and is that gone over the bar? Yes, it is. Open score after from Scariff O'Gonall's Lorraine Grady. That's a good play from Lorraine Grady. They win it back to get opportunity now to get the shot in, and that's straight over the bar. And there's a super point there from Broadford. True Clara now win the ball in the middle of the field. Pop it off. Opportunity here from distance, and that's a great score from Anya Loughlin. Kind there by True Clara's right half back. Louise Egan gets it in as far as Emer Kelly. Emer Kelly taking on the True Clara, or the Scariff O'Gonall fullback weeks ago as well. And I'd say anyone that was in Clarecastle is definitely here today, because that was some game. Mairead Scanlon hits it from distance, straight over the bar. I was thinking there it might be half blocked down, and looked like a bit of a late pull there from True Clara, but it's won by their midfielder, their number 9, Ellen Horgan. It's away from Scariff O'Gonall, pops it off, goal on! And it's a super save back as far as Kelly. Kelly hits it over the bar. 5th point for True Clara. Win it back. Eventually it breaks inside to Becky Foley. Becky Foley is in. She's been pulled back. Definitely a free in. And she's right in on the line. So Emer Kelly stands over this. Hits it, no question, straight over the bar. And that's a 6th point for the end of the first quarter after 19 minutes. So it's a 6-2 advantage after 19 minutes. On the far side of the field, Linda Daly gets it back now, flicks it out around 30 yards out. The ball breaks, Luke's ball breaks there. Ball, it's a great run. She's got a red helmet on. Can she get the shot in? Half blocked down. It breaks for Emer Kelly. She gets the shot in, and is that gone over the bar? Yes, it is. Open score after from Scariff O'Gonall's Lorraine Grady. That's a good play from Lorraine Grady. They win it back to get opportunity now to get the shot in, and that's straight over the bar. And there's a super point there from Broadford. True Clara now win the ball in the middle of the field. Pop it off. Opportunity here from distance, and that's a great score from Anya Loughlin. Kind there by True Clara's right half back. Louise Egan gets it in as far as Emer Kelly. Emer Kelly taking on the True Clara, or the Scariff O'Gonall fullback weeks ago as well. And I'd say anyone that was in Clarecastle is definitely here today, because that was some game. Mairead Scanlon hits it from distance, straight over the bar. I was thinking there it might be half blocked down, and looked like a bit of a late pull there from True Clara, but it's won by their midfielder, their number 9, Ellen Horgan. It's away from Scariff O'Gonall, pops it off, goal on! And it's a super save back as far as Kelly. Kelly hits it over the bar. 5th point for True Clara. Win it back. Eventually it breaks inside to Becky Foley. Becky Foley is in. She's been pulled back. Definitely a free in. And she's right in on the line. So Emer Kelly stands over this. Hits it, no question, straight over the bar. And that's a 6th point for the end of the first quarter after 19 minutes. So it's a 6-2 advantage after 19 minutes. On the far side of the field, Linda Daly gets it back now, flicks it out around 30 yards out. The ball breaks, Luke's ball breaks there. Ball, it's a great run. She's got a red helmet on. Can she get the shot in? Half blocked down. It breaks for Emer Kelly. She gets the shot in, and is that gone over the bar? Yes, it is. Open score after from Scariff O'Gonall's Lorraine Grady. That's a good play from Lorraine Grady. They win it back to get opportunity now to get the shot in, and that's straight over the bar. And there's a super point there from Broadford. True Clara now win the ball in the middle of the field. Pop it off. Opportunity here from distance, and that's a great score from Anya Loughlin. Kind there by True Clara's right half back. Louise Egan gets it in as far as Emer Kelly. Emer Kelly taking on the True Clara, or the Scariff O'Gonall fullback weeks ago as well. And I'd say anyone that was in Clarecastle is definitely here today, because that was some game. Mairead Scanlon hits it from distance, straight over the bar. I was thinking there it might be half blocked down, and looked like a bit of a late pull there from True Clara, but it's won by their midfielder, their number 9, Ellen Horgan. It's away from Scariff O'Gonall, pops it off, goal on! And it's a super save back as far as Kelly. Kelly hits it over the bar. 5th point for True Clara. Win it back. Eventually it breaks inside to Becky Foley. Becky Foley is in. She's been pulled back. Definitely a free in. And She's right in on the line, so Emer Kelly stands over this, hits it, no question, straight over the bar, and that's a 6th point for the end of the first quarter after 19 minutes. So it's a 6-2 advantage after 19 minutes. On the far side of the field, Linda Daly gets it back now, flicks it out around 30 yards out. The ball breaks, Luke's ball breaks there. For the ball, it's a great run. She's got a red helmet on. Can she get the shot in? She's half blocked down. It breaks for Emer Kelly. She gets the shot in, and is that gone over the bar? Yes, it is. Open score after from Scariff O'Gonall's Lorraine Grady. That's a good play from Lorraine Grady. They win it back to get opportunity now to get the shot in, and that's straight over the bar. And there's a super point there from Broadford. True Clara now win the ball in the middle of the field. Pop it off. Opportunity here from distance, and that's a great score from Anya Loughlin. Kind there by True Clara's wide half back. Louise Egan gets it in as far as Emer Kelly. Emer Kelly taking on the True Clara, or the Scariff O'Gonall fullback weeks ago as well. And I'd say anyone that was in Clarecastle is definitely here today, because that was some game. Mairead Scanlon hits it from distance, straight over the bar. I was thinking there it might be half blocked down, and looked like a bit of a late pull there from True Clara, but it's won by their midfielder, their number 9, Helen Horgan. It's away from Scariff O'Gonall, pops it off, goal on! And it's a super save back as far as Kelly. Kelly hits it over the bar. 5th point for True Clara. Win it back, eventually it breaks inside to Becky Foley. And you're welcome back live to Broadford, where we're delighted to be joined by former Clare Camogie manager Gerald Conlon. Jerry, your thoughts on that first half as the rain hammers down here in Broadford?
Yeah, it's just a change from the first day, wasn't it? Kind of, I think Truk really did their homework. You know, we're playing lovely diagonal ball, getting the ball into better ball delivery areas, you know, and getting out ball outside Kelly, outside Foley. But in fairness to Scariff, they've come out now and they've changed a couple of things in the second quarter there, and they've changed the momentum of the game, coming into half time.
And there's no doubt about it, Jerry. At this stage, it's winter hurling, isn't it?
It's winter hurling.
Put them mildly.
Yeah, the hat's on. But no, look, isn't it great for the team to be here in the county final in November? The breeze is huge. It's I know Bob is probably going to come on now for Scariff. Truth just can't give away the number of frees they've given away there. I think 11 or 12 in the first half is too many. Bob will put them over from 70, 80 yards if they do that again.
It's a very hard one to call.
Yeah, hard one to call. 3 points up, is it enough?
Might need goals.
Yeah, I think whoever gets the goal will probably win the game. But yeah, it's an interesting game. It's going to get messy. It's going to get a lot of rucks, and who's going to win the hard ball, I think, will end up winning it.
Just finally, Jared, True Clara would have targeted a good start, and they got that, but then they didn't score in the second quarter, so they kind of fell away a bit.
And they didn't look like scoring. They only, I don't think they even had a shot really, to be honest. But that's it, you know. I think Jennifer Daly came out, got on some more ball that you want Jennifer to get on, because she's a fantastic hurler. And I think they just upped the intensity and upped their work rate and changed the momentum. Yeah.
Thanks indeed, Ger. Enjoy the second half.
Thanks, Willie.
Both teams nearly ready at this stage. Clare coming out for that second half, and no more than the first half. A good start for either side here could be the winning of this.
Yeah, we'll see now how Scariff O'Gonall deal with this wind, and if they can really use it to their advantage. I think we can see them getting a few early scores on the board.
And we can just see that True Clara up to our left are just about to take the field. To our right here in Broadford, Scariff O'Gonall are having just a last chat, last couple of instructions, but I suppose the instructions won't get too complicated. Try to start well, get involved in the play early, be composed in their play from both teams' point of view, and take opportunities. And Ger said they're clear about goal scoring chances for either team. If either take a goal or maybe two, could be the difference.
Yeah, I think a goal advantage today is going to be massive. You know, scores aren't coming easy, so a goal would be a massive boost to whichever team will get it.
It's still fairly cold here, to put it mildly, in Broadford, but thankfully for the last about 40 seconds the rain has stopped, so Clare will take that.
Yeah, definitely. You know, they're nasty enough showers that are coming. There's hail in them even. You don't like to see them coming. So thankfully, anyway, for the moment, it's dry. We'll see how long that lasts.
So from a player's point of view, Claire, is it colder here on the sideline talking about the game, or is it easier to actually play in the game?
I suppose it depends where you're playing. I wouldn't like to be in full back on a day like today, you know, when the ball isn't coming too often, and then when it does, you really have to be sure of every ball.
So Andy McMahon is looking around. Bríd McNamara is sprinting off the field. She's holding, I think, a lot of teas and coffees there, Claire.
I don't know what's coming here, but it looks
soup.
warm anyway, so it's looking good.
But of course, Michael O'Connor is coming across the field as well, the Clare PRO, with a big smile on his face, looking very, very happy. He's probably had some of that soup. Andy McMahon throws the ball in, and the second half is on. Thanks indeed to Bríd McNamara for the soup. Leek and potatoes, she says. She's 50 and 2 weeks now at this stage, Claire, and she seems to be mellowing with age, giving us soup. Michael O'Connor doesn't agree. But anyway, we'll leave that debate for another day, because as we speak now, Truckenlara are on the attack and Emer Kelly has it. And just as she hit it, she was hooked, and it just eventually has been cleared by Scariff Ogonnellow, but Truckenlara win it back. And Becky Foley has it, she pops it off. But pops it off as far as Joanne Egan. Joanne Egan struggled to maintain possession. Amy Barrett has it back now, but not a good clearance, and it's picked up by Ellen Horgan. Horgan hits it 35 yards out, and that is gone wide. And there was Truckenlara will be disappointed they didn't get a score there. And substitution at half-time for Scariff Ogonnellow. Aisling Corbett is in wearing 14, and she's replacing number 17, Lorraine Grady. So that's the change in personnel there for Scariff Ogonnellow. The puck out is won by Truckenlara. Bursting forward, Louise Egan pops it as far as Emer Kelly, or pops as far as Laura Foley. Laura Foley spills it, and now there's 7 or 8 players around the ball, making it a lot harder to win it back. Eventually, Anya O'Loughlin strikes it, but struck it. She was under pressure as she struck it, and it went low and eventually harmlessly wide. So the scoreline remains as it was at half time. It's a 6-3 lead for Truckenlara, and that soup player seems to have gone on very well on this side of the field.
I think so, yeah. Warm us up a small little bit.
Brilliant play in the middle of the field by Scariff Ogonnellow, bringing down that ball, hitting it forward early, but super defending from left cornerback. Sinead Hogg burst out with that brilliant play. It was hooked as she tried to hit it. Eventually, Scariff Ogonnellow player goes down, thought she might have been tripped. The referee says no. They're battling wildly in front of us here. Rachel Minogue has it. Minogue now under pressure, under serious pressure there from Becky Foley, goes to ground. But Scariff Ogonnellow spilled possession. There's a player down on the field, clearly injured. So play is going to be held up here in front of us. Andy McMahon says going to hold it up. So one of the Truckenlara player seems to have injured her knee.
Yeah, I think Becky Foley, I think she has a taped knee already, and I'm sure that tackle didn't really help. You know, the physicality of the game and kind of how the rucks that are starting today, you know, if there's any bit of injury coming into the game, it's really not going to help it.
So Becky Foley, definitely we can still see that she is in pain, and that it's a knee problem. So, well, first and foremost, hopefully she's going to be okay. Will she be okay to continue? Well, we'll just have to wait and see. Andy McMahon is having a chat there. Some of the players wisely taking the opportunity to keep their hands warm. And as we hope that Becky Foley is okay, Claire, it is very, very important for all the players out there to do exactly what a lot of them are doing, keep their hands warm.
Yeah, definitely you'll use any chance you get today to keep yourself warm, and I think Becky Foley is going to leave the pitch now. So it's unfortunate to see a player going off.
Very, very unfortunate. Latest score from the AIB clubs quarter-final in Cusack Park. Dunhill from Waterford leading Smith O'Brien's by a point, 12 points to 11, and about a minute left in Cusack Park. Becky Foley was being carried off there briefly, and now seems to be okay. So fair play there.
She
You have
kind
to
of
admire
doesn't.
that.
Yeah, she doesn't want to leave the field. You know, she's going to do anything she can to stay on the field, and you know, it's I suppose a brave decision, but you don't want to leave the field on a county final day.
Well, you have to really admire Becky Foley because she took a nasty bang there to her knee. It's already strapped, but she's back in play, and hopefully she can run it off. She's gone in towards the full forward line. Meanwhile, out around the middle of the field, Scariff O'Gonlow are trying to launch an attack, but it's been cut out there by Niamh Powell, the centre back for Truk Clonlara. It breaks to the far side of the field as far as Laura Foley. Foley under a bit of pressure, but still has it bursting forward. A couple of good hard hits going on in the far side. Hit forward early by Cliona McNamara for Scariff O'Gonlow. Will it stick inside? It does. On this occasion, it does stick inside. Now, can Scariff O'Gonlow get the shot in? It drops short, but eventually, True Clonlara, there's 2 or 3 True Clonlara players around. If they can hold their head, they should be able to clear this, but they don't, and it spills as far as Alva Rogers, and Alva Rogers, nearly sure it was Alva Rogers there, puts that over the bar, and it's a 2-point game. True Clonlara leading now by 6 points to Scariff O'Gonlow's 4. And the breeze seems to have, is my imagination clear, has the breeze slightly decreased a bit?
I think you could be right. It has a small little bit, but I'd say with the way the weather's going today, we'll see it pick up again.
Exactly, anything could happen. Lacey O'Donnell goes forward, strikes, puts that over the bar, and it's a great point for Scariff O'Gonlow, and you can really sense a momentum shift here, Claire. They've hit at least the last 3 points, and it's now a 1-point game.
I think True Clonlara maybe started the brighter in the second half, but just couldn't convert the scores, and here we are, Scariff O'Gonlow after getting 2 points there in the space of a minute.
So it's now a 1-point game, 6-5, and the puck out is won in the middle of the field by Scariff O'Gonlow. Drops in, but it's well caught inside by Lisa Maloney. The shot was from Amy Barrett, but Scariff O'Gonlow win it back, and there's a goal on, but instead they opt for the point, put it over the bar, and that was Jennifer Daly striking what's an equalising point. It's a 6-point game. True Clonlara, their composure seems to be kind of gone a small bit clear in the last couple of minutes.
I think they're struggling to win their own puck outs here, and Scariff O'Gonlow are really capitalising on that.
Lisa Maloney now hits the puck out long, out towards the sideline, but Scariff O'Gonlow with Abby Walsh do very, very well to win that back, and it's hit forward, long ball forward. In as far as Alva Rogers. Rogers has been very, very involved and has really been playing very, very well. Tried to pick out an inside forward. She was blocked down superbly there by Niamh Powell. And Scariff O'Gonlow now still over the ball, trying to win it back. True Clonlara defending very, very well. And eventually Michelle Caulfield does superbly to come out with that and gets up the field as far as Joanne Egan. Egan now breaking forward. She's fouled inside in her own half, wearing 13, very, very deep on that occasion. And I suppose the next few minutes, Claire, are going to be really important for True Clonlara. The momentum definitely with Scariff O'Gonlow, and they'll be looking to, try and get it back towards them.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, if Scariff O'Gonlow get another point on the board, it'll be a real kind of blow to True Clonlara. They really need to make the most out of this attack here now and get a score on the board.
So in front of us here, Michelle Caulfield is going to take this free. It's well inside True Clonlara half. Hits it up around the half forward line for True Clonlara, but it's caught and hit well up the field, but cut out by Louise Egan. Louise Egan's hooked superbly by Jennifer Daly. It's that work rate from Scariff O'Gonlow that has made the difference. They win it back a second time. True Clonlara is struggling to try and come out with the ball under enormous pressure in their own half back line. And that's really testament to the work rate from Scariff O'Gonlow. They're tackling, making it impossible for True Clonlara to come out with that ball. And eventually Scariff O'Gonlow do emerge with it. And Leif O'Donnell is fouled. Was that a handy free, Claire?
I think it was, yeah.
Defender.
I think it was a bit of a handy free now, to be honest, and it'll be an easily converted one here for Aisling Corbett. So we'd expect Scariff to take the lead here.
Full-time score, disappointing score from Smith O'Brien's point of view from the intermediate club in Keswick Park. Dunhill from Waterford beating Smith O'Brien's by 13 points to 11. So that's final score from Keswick Park. True Clonlara haven't scored for 20 minutes at this stage, so that's something that definitely is a problem that they'll be trying to rectify, but they won't be able to rectify it at this particular moment because Scariff Ogonnelloe have this free from well out the field, and Ashton Corbett hits it, and Ashton Corbett does as she does, Claire, hits it straight over the bar.
Yeah, I mean, you can't, as Ger said at half time there, you can't be giving away any frees here today, especially with her pluck of the ball and with a wind advantage as well.
So Scariff Ogonnelloe now for the first time in this county final replayed 10 minutes into the second half, 20 minutes left in Broadford. They're ahead and the momentum is with them. They win the puck out, they're bursting forward. True Clonlara defending extremely well there with Louise Egan. Louise Egan is fouled, and there are a couple of the True Clonlara players, I'd say, including Louise Egan, the likes of Roisin Powell. They're under pressure, but they're defending very, very well.
Yeah, the half-back line for Scariff Ogonnelloe are playing very well today. You know, it's kind of, they're trying to offset the ball in behind them. It's a danger zone inside when the ball goes in behind them.
Michelle Powell now hits the free for True Clonlara. It breaks in the Scariff Ogonnelloe half-back line. 7 or 8 players behind the ball. No idea who's going to come out with it, but eventually Amy Barrett does. Barrett is stripped of the ball, however, and it's won by Ellen Horgan of True Clonlara. Horgan out breaking forward, hits it, but doesn't hit it with the accuracy or the power or the distance that she would have liked. She got into a really good position there, Claire, and just, I suppose the strike wasn't there at the end.
Yeah, I don't think maybe if she kind of worked the ball across, maybe you could see that she had a few runners, but unfortunately the strike didn't come off for her in this time.
So Rachel Daly now, the Scariff Ogonnelloe goalkeeper, has the ball. She's looking for a bit of movement out the field, hits it, gets good distance in it, lands in the middle of the field. Roisin Powell pulls it, wins it back, but only strikes it 15 yards up the field, where Abby Walsh is over the ball for Scariff Ogonnelloe. Loses out, however, to Anya O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin gets it forward in towards Kelly. Can Kelly or Becky Foley win it inside the full forward? She can't. And eventually, who emerges with the ball? But Susan Vaughan. And Vaughan hits it down the field where it's cut out by Niamh Powell. Powell now tries to link up with Michelle Caulfield. Caulfield over the ball, pulled on there by Linda Daly. Emer Kelly has it. Kelly now gets into a position where she could hit the ball and strike, but just under a bit of pressure, and struck it wide. And I know, Claire, that Scariff Ogonnelloe have had a couple of wides, but at least they're playing a bit more ball in the True Clonlara half the field.
Yeah, I think True have maybe a bit of the momentum here. You know, the ball, and they're working it in well. It's just unfortunately the scores aren't coming for them.
Well, definitely True Clonlara have been involved, or have had a bit more possession in the last minute and a half, 2 minutes, and they have now won a free in the middle of the field, and they'll be trying to do something from this free here. Unfortunately, Becky Foley, Claire, has had to make way. She's understandably very upset at having to come off in the county final, but you have to admire the fact that she did everything she could to stay on.
Yeah, definitely. You know, she really tried to stay on as long as she could, and I think the last ball that was in there, you could see she was in under a bit of pressure, and I'd say the.
And Hannah Horgan has come on wearing 15, so Hannah Horgan comes in. And this free now hit from distance from the middle of the field. Will it break? And who will it break for? It breaks for Scariff Ogonnelloe, and they are coming out with it, and it's hit out the field by Ciara Doyle. Ciara Doyle gets it out as far as Jennifer Daly. Daly hits it up the field, but it's up as far as the wing forward. Leifse O'Donnell half blocked as she tried to hit that. Michelle Caulfield covers well from midfield. Took too many steps, and definitely was under pressure there. And I suppose that's the kind of thing, like, Claire, as a defender, when you see your forwards defending like that, it's great.
It is, yeah, it was brilliant. I think there was nearly 3-on-1 there for us, so that was excellent. You know, your first line of defence is your forwards, and you could see Scariff Ogonnelloe aren't letting anything out easily today. It's brilliant work by them.
So Ashton Corbett, who is wearing 15, didn't start, has come on, hit her first free from distance over the bar, had such a pivotal contribution the last day, made such a pivotal contribution the last day as well when she came on in the drawing game, hit some absolutely crucial frees. She's standing over this one now, opportunity about 47 yards out to put Scariff Ogonnelloe into a 2-point lead, strikes that absolutely superbly. And it was a bit like a shot in golf. Claire, you could see straight away that it had the power, the distance, it had everything.
Yeah, I think you could see from when the ball left the hurley there that it was going over the bar. It was a great score.
2-point game. So Scariff Ogonnelloe leading by 8 points to 6. They win the puck out. Jennifer Daly won that puck out. I thought maybe advantage could have been played here on that occasion, that she had got away with the ball.
I think, yeah, it's kind of the game's gone maybe a bit stop-start now, and you'd kind of like to see it play a bit more, you know, and use her advantage. You see, she was attacking with the ball there, so Bob, I'd say in the exact same position to put another score on the board.
Yep, Ashton Corbett, very same position, replica of about a minute ago where she struck her second pointed free over the bar to put Scariff Ogonnelloe into a 2-point lead. If she puts this over, it's a 3-point lead, and it's going to be increasingly difficult for True Clonlara to get back into this game. She hit it straight over the bar, and the umpire says definitely that was a point. So does Andy McMahon. Andy McMahon blowing his whistle here now. Is he calling for a first half water break? Not sure. Yes, he is indeed. Indeed, he is. So the scoreline at this stage now, after 15 minutes, maybe 16 minutes of the second half, it's a 3-point game, 9 points to 6, and I suppose the messages, there'll be contrasting messages there in the huddle for the next minute. True Clonlara will be trying to come up with some way of getting back into the game and just getting scored. Like they haven't scored for about 23-24 minutes.
Yeah, I think that's definitely going to be their main focus for the next few minutes. You know, once they kind of really need to get a point to settle them down, and if they get that, then hopefully the next one will come. But you could see the strength of the Scariff Ogonnelloe forwards, and they really have that momentum, and you could hear every free they're winning, every score they're getting, the cheers are getting louder and louder. It's not an easy thing to play against, and you know it's hard when you're down and you're struggling. It is that loudness and the crowd cheering that really kind of that puts it in more. And
the intensity of, like, they're playing like an experienced team that has won championships before. They know what they're doing. They started poorly, but they didn't panic. They kind of stayed in the game without doing anything too spectacular.
Yeah, we knew that from the last stage. You know, the strength they had to come back with 4 points down, and you could see that it's kind of nearly the same thing again today. You know, they were 3 points down for a good bit of the first half to come back now, and they're 3 points ahead. You know, we knew that was going to happen, and Scariff Ogonnelloe are a great team.
And we have to say that it has been a big blow to lose Becky Foley, a blow for True Clonlara. But at the same time, you know, they still have they've good forwards there. They'll be hoping that, you know, Emer Kelly, Joanne Egan, Anya O'Loughlin, I mean, they have the capability, if the chance presents itself, you know, if they get the next score, it's down to a 2-point game, suddenly then maybe game on again.
Yeah, I think the True Clonlara forwards now really need to make the most of every ball that's going in. You know, if it's the player in the better position, you know, that has to maybe take the shot, and I think they'll definitely try work on that.
So we're heading in now to the last quarter in Broadford. It's the quarter that's going to define the season for the two clubs involved here, Scariff Ogonnelloe and True Clonlara, because obviously whoever ends up ahead at the end of this quarter will be 2021 Clare Senior County Champions. They'll be bringing home the McMahon Cup this evening. So let's see now. Lisa Maloney takes the puck out for True Clonlara, but yet again Scariff Ogonnelloe just win that puck out. They just seem to be able to out-battle True Clonlara in that middle third of the field, and if you can't win ball in that area of the field, you're going to be under pressure. Michelle Powell emerges with the ball on the far side, but Scariff Ogonnelloe again defending exceptionally well from the front, and now they've got an opportunity of a goal here as Mairead Scanlon zones in on goal. 3 or 4 players on the ground. Scariff Ogonnellow still have it back, but over carry. And you never know, Claire, that could turn out to be a pivotal moment. If that had been a goal, it was game over.
I think so, yeah. Joe was excellent defending there by by True Clonlara. Joe, they really got back in numbers there and really stood in front of the player. And Joe not giving away a free there, Joe, that shows brilliant defending.
Yeah, it was a great run there from Alva Rogers. She's wearing 8, but she's played a lot of the game in the full forward line, and that was definitely a great goal scoring chance. Andy McMahon, he hold up play for a second. There's going to be a change here, and it's a change for True Clonlara, and Shannon Byrne wearing 22 is coming in, and she's replacing Marie Begley wearing 12. So let's see, can Shannon Byrne make a difference, because definitely True Clonlara need to, well, first and foremost win a ball in the middle third of the field and try to put a couple of attacks together. That's exactly what Roisin Powell is trying to do on the far side of the field. And True Clonlara win the free out. There was a chop there, says Andy McMahon, so it's going to be a free in their own half for True Clonlara, and this free is going to be taken by Michelle Powell.
Yeah, I think Emer Kelly has come out around the middle of the field, so she's really going to be a big ball winner there and hopefully get the ball into the True Clonlara forwards.
Yeah, definitely True Clonlara needs something to happen because it hasn't been happening for a good while. Susan Vaughan hits the ball now, but clears it only as far as Emer Kelly. Kelly picks it up and bangs it in towards the goal area, but Scariff Ogonnellow defending extremely well inside, emerging with the ball, hitting it out as far as Jennifer Daly, who's quite deep. Daly now over the ball, she goes to ground, battling, trying to win it back. Eventually there's a chop and it's a free for Scariff Ogonnellow on their own 45. And I know it's still a bit early, Claire, maybe to be thinking about this, but we have to keep an eye in terms of the player in the match, who we think it is. So no pressure.
We'll come to that maybe towards 2 minutes
exactly.
from the end, maybe.
So anyway, the ball is hit forward, but not the greatest ball. It's flicked away. It was nearly won back there by Niamh Powell, but it's flicked away just as she nearly got her hand on it. Jennifer Daly has it now for True Clonlara. She's taken on Sinead Hogg. Daly hits it from distance, hits the crossbar. But the referee was playing advantage. I think that was a good advantage. But was it a free in the first place there?
I suppose maybe, Sinead Hogg, I thought she did very well defending there. She really kept Jennifer Daly going out towards the corner. Didn't let it into the danger zone. But yeah, I suppose.
I suppose as a defender is never going to say that another back has given away a free. So anyway. Just got a very clear instruction there from the County Board PRO, and yep, we better do what we're told there, Claire. We'll be in serious trouble. But anyway, Scariff Ogonnellow have this free, just a small bit of an angle, kind of on the 21. It's going to be taken by Mairead Scanlon. Mairead Scanlon hits that, and it's now a 4-point game, and bit by bit, Scariff Ogonnellow have, well, they've taken control. There's no other way of putting it. Scariff Ogonnellow now making a change. They're bringing back in Lorraine Grady. From what I can see here, Claire, just going to see who's coming off. It's Cliona McNamara is coming off. So it's basically a reversal of an earlier substitution. So that puck out now has been won by Niamh Powell. Niamh Powell goes to ground, and it'll be free for True Clonlara. It's going to be taken by Michelle Powell, full back, and joint True Clonlara captain. And if they're going to have any chance of getting back into this game, I know it's only a 4-point lead, but in the circumstances, it's hard enough to see True Clonlara hitting 4 points. They definitely need to hit 1 at least and give them some momentum, and maybe now they might get that chance. The referee is playing advantage, and that was a good play there from Joanne Egan. Wins the free, and this is what True Clonlara need, and to be honest there, this is probably what the game needs as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think Joanne Egan had a great, won the ball well there and was heading only one place, and that was for goal. And I think if we had black cards here in Camogie, I think Susan Vaughan would maybe be heading to the sideline, but you can see she's got her yellow card there. It's very clever play from a defensive point of view. You know, it's you kind of do the
you take the card,
yeah, in that scenario, you know, and she's still, Emer Kelly I think is still maybe 30 yards out there, so you know you're still maybe a few yards out from the goal.
No, I could be proven very wrong here. I've already notched this down as a point for True Clonlara, and Emer Kelly does bang it over the bar, so it's down now to a 3-point game.
First score for True Clonlara in 32 minutes, so
that's an incredible stat, really, isn't it? And it really does, I suppose, emphasise the dominance of Scariff O'Connell. There's 8 minutes left, but it's still only a 3-point game, and if True Clonlara were to somehow get the next point, suddenly then of momentum back with him.
Yeah, we'll have to see now if True Clonlara can win this and get another score on the board.
Ball lands in the middle of the field on the far side, and True Clonlara have it back, win that free, and you can just sense that there's a bit more belief as Anya O'Loughlin gets to ground, having won the free, that True Clonlara are thinking maybe we're not going away. O'Loughlin now hits it long in around the square, it's beaten away, but it's picked up by Kelly. Point scoring opportunity for Kelly, hits it in, but it was by her standards you'd have expected her to hit it over the bar, and it was no problem for Rachel Daly. She got it free as far as Abby Waltz, and on the far side now Scariff O'Connell are defending, but excellent defending there from Niamh Powell. She flicked the ball out over the sideline, and it's going to be a line ball for Scariff O'Connell, and that was a good chance for
It was
Emer
a good
Kelly.
chance. I think Emer Kelly was maybe striking on the back foot. She could have taken it on maybe a bit more, you know, got a good attacking position on the ball, but I think maybe a bit of a wasted chance. And Scariff O'Connell here now have an attacking ball here again from the sideline with Amy Barrett.
So just over 7 minutes left, just over 6 minutes left, 6.5 minutes. Aisling Corbett has now, she's taking on the full back. I thought that was a free possibly, but the referee doesn't agree. Shot, a good save by Lisa Maloney. Not sure who to shot first, Scariff O'Connell, but it was a very, very good save. Maloney batted it away, and True Clonlara are trying to come out with it. Joanne Egan over the ball there for a second. Ball goes out over the sideline, and it's going to line ball now for Scariff O'Connell just in front of us here. And the line ball will be taken by Amy Barrett, wearing 11. Barrett trying to find a proper kind of setting for the ball. She gets a clean strike, looks downfield. It's a good, nice low line ball down towards the corner of our position. 4 or 5 players around the ball, including Alva Rogers, trying to get down on it and flick it up, win it back, but eventually Lacey O'Donnell comes out of the ruck with it, but the ruck kind of reforms again, and let's see now who what happens here. It goes all over the sideline. Jim Hickey says line ball for True Clonlara. Emer Kelly back there, True Clonlara back in her own half, so True Clonlara will be thinking they need her a bit further up the field.
I think they've only maybe 2 forwards in their own side, in their own 65, so they really need to push up. I suppose that is kind of the inclination in the last few minutes. You all kind of go defensive, but they also need to get scores on the board, so I think they need to push up the field and try and work the ball up.
Definitely True Clonlara would be kind of keen to get their shape back a bit. Scariff O'Connell player who is receiving a bit of attention there gets up. She's okay. So let's see now. This True Clonlara line ball is taken nice and low in field, and Michelle Caulfield does really, really well there to win that. Tries to get it up as far as Joanne Egan. Emer Kelly there trying to get a block in, but good clearance, lands as far as Susan Vaughan. Vaughan, lovely, tips it in field as far as Amy Barrett. Barrett flicks it up, takes it on. Hooked as she tried to get the shot away. Good block down there by Louise Egan. But now Scariff O'Connell have a chance. Aisling Corbett breaks forward through the ball. Not sure there. I know you hate saying it's a free because backs hate giving away frees, but I thought that might have been a free, but maybe not.
I think, I don't know.
Hard to know.
I don't know, but we have a free out anyway here for True Clonlara.
Yeah, well, Ashton Corbett definitely threw the ball at the end, so it was a free out, I suppose, for that alone. Abby Walsh now, she's had an extremely good game for Scariff Ogonnelloe. Broke up that particular True Clonlara attack on the far side of the field. Let's see now who's going to emerge with this with the ball from this ruck. Louise Egan is in there for True Clonlara, trying to come out with it. Anya Loughlin there too, battling. It's a vital possession here. Whoever wins this will be in a position to launch an attack. Flanner Riley's in the far side of the field. He had his flag ready to point in one direction or the other, but then eventually he didn't need to. Roisin Powell tries to come out with it, but Scariff Ogonnelloe win it back in towards Corbett. Corbett does well to at least hold up the play a small bit, but the ball eventually spills for True Clonlara and it's hit as far as Joanne Egan. Egan now breaking forward, but really, really well hooked. And again, Scariff Ogonnelloe's defending has been brilliant, but Hannah Horgan was very brave there in winning back that ball for True Clonlara, but it's cleared eventually by Scariff Ogonnelloe, and they're in an attacking position again. Jennifer Daly's over the ball. Jennifer Daly taking on Louise Egan. It's good play from Daly, but good defending as well from Egan, trying to use the sideline as an extra defender. And the two of them are still there, and eventually True Clonlara emerge with it up towards Kelly. Kelly thought it might have been a push in the back there on Ciara Doyle. Eventually, the referee says it's a free-in to Scariff Ogonnelloe, and 28 minutes, over 28 minutes gone, so we've got about 1:40 left. And if this goes over, game over, I would think, Claire.
I think, yeah, I would put, yeah, I'd say, you'd be kind of thinking maybe this late in the game, unless, True Clonlara get a goal.
Yeah, game over.
Yeah. Well, we've 4 minutes injury time, so.
Yeah, so that means there's over 5 minutes left in total, so there's 5.5 minutes of actual time left, including injury time. So this free from Ashton Corbett, she's drying her hands, drying her hurley. If she can put it over the bar, it's about 50 yards out. Well, it'll be very hard to see, even in 5 minutes, True Clonlara coming back and scoring a goal and a point, or scoring 4 points. I couldn't see them scoring 4 points, but as Claire said, definitely they need the goal to have any chance at all. But if it remains a 3-point game, if this doesn't go over, well, there is always that possibility of getting a goal and forcing injury time. And remember, we had a lot of drama at the end of the drawn game 2 weeks ago in Clarecastle, so you never know what's going to happen. But Ashton Corbett now stands over this, and you'd back her to do the business here, and that's exactly what she does. And her technique was really, really great to watch there, Claire, and she didn't even seem to hit it that hard. Just the technique was so good.
Yeah, I think she's a brilliant free taker, and she has great confidence in herself, and rightly so, because she does a great job in them.
Well, we're going to be picking a player of the game in a few minutes, but there's no doubt about it. But that I know Ashton Corbett hasn't played all the game, but she's possibly in the conversation. Another person in the conversation will be Susan Vaughan, who has defended extremely well all through, and has really been superb for Scariff Ogonnelloe, who are battling for it now in the middle third, and it's won back by Linda Daly briefly, but she spills it. And Scariff Ogonnelloe do win it back eventually, but Alva Rogers puts it out over the sideline, and it's going to be a line ball for True Clonlara. It's 11 points to 7, a 4-point game, and we have about 3.5 minutes left in Broadford, where the conditions are once again not too bad at all. It was fairly breezy throughout to the first half. There was a lot of rain, but the rain has dissipated. The breeze has weakened, so conditions, thankfully this time of the year, 27th of November, we can't really say that conditions have played a huge role in deciding this particular game. And to be fair, it's not even as cold as it was earlier on. So anyway, the ball thrown in the middle of the field there by Andy McMahon. A lot of players around this ball, around this ruck. It's hit forward there by Alva Rogers, but caught out by Sinead Hogg. Sinead Hogg pops it off as far as Louise Egan. She was robbed of possession, but it breaks for the centre back, Niamh Powell. She's hooked, half hooked as well. And it breaks for Mairead Scanlon. Now Scanlon looking to go forward. Scanlon under pressure from Powell. Scanlon still has it. Three Clonlara players around her. Gets it in as far as the 17. Grady to the back of the net. Lorraine Grady with an absolutely superb low finish. And that's it. It's game, set and championship, as they say in tennis. In this case, it's Camogie. And well, a fitting way to win a county final replay, Claire.
Yeah, definitely. You know, it was a well worked in ball. Mairead Scanlon made an absolutely excellent run from about her own 65, brought it all the way in, popped the pass into Lorraine Grady, and a superb finish.
111 to 7 points. So it's a 7-point game, and we've got about 2 minutes of injury time left. So there's no doubt about it, but that Scariff O'Connell are going to win their second senior Camogie title. And the free now taken a bit rashly by Clonlara and hit absolutely magnificently over the bar there by Laoise O'Donnell with great confidence from about 40 yards out, roughly, maybe 45. And it's 112 to 7 points. So yet another, I suppose, nail in the coffin as far as Clonlara are concerned, but there's no question about it. Scariff O'Connell have been absolutely superb. Aside from that opening first quarter, when they were slow to settle, when Clonlara stormed into it, since then, it's a game that's been dominated by Scariff O'Connell in every respect. But Clonlara now, fair play to them, are continuing to try to do something here. And Joanne Egan hit it forward, but as she hit it, she was fouled. So this is going to be a free in now for Clonlara, about 40 yards out. We've got about 30 seconds left, so this could be possibly the last attack of the game for either side. I think it's Sinead Hogg has the ball, so I'm not sure, is she going to hit this free?
I think she was only passing the ball to Emer Kelly.
Oh, excuse me, to Emer Kelly. Oh yeah, it's actually been brought in. It's been brought in, so Emer Kelly has to do something here, maybe drop it in or hit it low and hope that it might break kindly for Clonlara. So she does hit it low, but it doesn't break for Clonlara because Scariff O'Connell are coming out with it. I can't really see who has it on the far side. I think it might be Mairead Scanlon. It's a long way away from where we are. Clonlara win that clearance back. Scariff O'Connell, there's a lot of defenders around, making it very, very difficult for them to do anything, but eventually it's a good hit there, really good shot there from Laura Foley. She hits it over the bar. It's an 8 point for Clonlara, 111 to 8 points, and well, injury time at this stage is up. We've had nearly 5 minutes of injury time, and Scariff O'Connell have won it. It's finished 112 to 8 points, and Scariff O'Connell deservedly are 2021 Clare County Senior Champions. They win the McMahon Cup, and Clare, I suppose in the end it was emphatic and they really deserved that.
I think after the first water break, I think up until that stage, I think Clonlara were on top, but I'd say nearly for the majority of the game after that, I think Scariff O'Connell had the upper hand. You could say maybe that bit more experience in the county final, but I think it kind of were just able to get their scores a bit easier. I suppose maybe the wind as well, they had the advantage in the second half, definitely could have played its part, but I think Clonlara, they're maybe the few wides there in the second half, they really needed them scores, and I think maybe that was the difference today.
And one thing, Claire, that we often focus on is attacking play and good scores and all that, and that is a vital part of the game. But I just thought that the work rate that Scariff O'Connell brought to the game in terms of their tackling, their defending, their forwards, hooking, harrying, hassling, I think that was the difference.
I think so, yeah. You could see the Scariff O'Connell forwards, any time the ball was coming out of the Clonlara defence, they never made it easy, and yeah, credit to them today, and I think it's well deserved.
So Claire, just finally, I'd like to thank you for coming. It's been great having you for the replay and for today. A bit colder today in Broadford,
So
but it's beginning to rain again here now. I hope
Yeah.
it's not as cold tomorrow in Killeedy for that Munster Club final. But needless to say, from everyone, the very best of luck to Aina Killamona. It'd be a great way to finish the year, wouldn't it?
Yeah, Joe, it would be super. Joe, it's been a long time coming, so yeah, we're looking forward to getting played now.
So the very best of luck to Aina Killamona tomorrow in that Munster Club final. It's all over here in Broadford. It's finished in championship victory for Scariff Ogonnelloe, deservedly winning it. It's finished 112 to 8 points. The rain is coming down here again in Broadford, but for myself, Peter O'Connell, as I said, thanks to Claire Haher, thanks to everyone who made it possible, thanks to Alan Foodie on camera and also on production, and also of course thanks to Tracy Whelan, who made it happen from a sound point of view. So for myself, Peter O'Connell, good afternoon and thanks for listening and viewing. Well, it's a great run. She's got a red helmet on. Can she get the shot in? She's half blocked down. It breaks for Emer Kelly. She gets the shot in, and is that gone over the bar? Yes, it is. Open score after from Scariff Ogonnelloe's Lorraine Grady. That's a good play from Lorraine Grady. They win it back to get opportunity now to get the shot in, and that's straight over the bar. And there's a super point there from Broadford. True Clara now win the ball in the middle of the field. Pop it off. Opportunity here from distance, and that's a great score from Anya Loughlin down there by True Clonlara's right half back. Louise Egan gets it in as far as Emer Kelly. Emer Kelly taking on the True Clonlara, or the Scariff Ogonnelloe fullback weeks ago as well. And I'd say anyone that was in Clarecastle is definitely here today, because that was some game. Mairead Scanlon hits it from distance, straight over the bar. I was thinking there it might be half blocked down, and looked like a bit of a late pull there from True Clonlara, but it's won by their midfielder, their number 9, Ellen Horgan. It's away from Scariff Ogonnelloe, pops it off, goal on! And it's a super save back as far as Kelly. Kelly hits it over the bar. 5th point for True Clonlara. Win it back. Eventually it breaks inside to Becky Foley. Becky Foley is in. She's been pulled back. Definitely a free in. And she's very in on the line. So Emer Kelly stands over this. Hits it, no question, straight over the bar. And that's a 6th point for the end of the first quarter after 19 minutes. So it's a 6-2 advantage after 19 minutes. On the far side of the field, Linda Daly gets it back now, flicks it out around 30 yards out. The ball breaks, loose ball breaks there. But eventually, True Clonlara, there's 2 or 3 True Clonlara players around. If they can hold their head, they should be able to clear this, but they don't, and it spills. A
small little bit, but I'd say with the way the weather's going today, we'll see it pick up again.
Exactly, anything could happen. Lacey O'Donnell goes forward, strikes, puts that over the bar by Lisa Maloney. The shot was from Amy Barrett, but Scariff Ogonnelloe win it back, and there's a goal on, but instead they opt for the point, put it over. I just missed a moment because Scariff Ogonnelloe have this free from well out the field, and Ashton Corbett hits it about 47 yards out to put Scariff Ogonnelloe into a 2-point lead. Strikes that absolutely superbly, and it was a bit. And it's going to be increasingly difficult for True Clonlara to get back into this game. She hit it straight over the bar, and this is now for True Clonlara. She's taking on Sinead Hogg. Daly hits it from distance, hits the crossbar. But the referee was playing advantage. I think that was.
I suppose maybe Sinead Hogg. I thought she did very well defending there. She really kept Jennifer Daly going out towards the corner. Didn't let it into the danger zone. But yeah, I suppose.
I suppose as a defender is never going to say that another back has given away a free. So anyway, just got a very clear instruction there from the county board PRO, and yep. We better do what we're told there, Claire. We'd be in serious trouble. But anyway, Scariff Ogonnelloe now have this free. Just a small bit of an angle, kind of on the 21. It's going to be taken by Mairead Scanlon. Mairead Scanlon hits that, and it's now a 4-point game. And bit by bit, Scariff Ogonnelloe have, well.
But you're still maybe a few yards out from the goal.
No, I could be proven very wrong here. I've already notched this down as a point for True Clonlara. The drawn game 2 weeks ago in Clarecastle, so you never know what's going to happen. But Ashton Corbett now stands over this, and you'd back her to do the business here. And that's Scanlon looking to go forward. Scanlon under pressure from Paul. Scanlon still has it. 3 True Clonlara players around him. Gets it in as far as the 17. Grady to the back. Senior Camogie title. And the free now taken a bit rashly by True Clonlara and hit. Absolutely making it very, very difficult for them to do anything. But